Hi, this is Chris. I thought I would do a show and tell today of my efforts in the 52 Tags Handmade Challenge by Anne Brooke, textile artist. I'll put her link on the screen below, plus I will also put it in the description. So I was looking for some kind of challenge to do, something that would have prompts that would spark my imagination, not be too involved, and that I could use materials I already had on hand. And so I saw, I think first on Gail Augustinelli's channel and then on some other channels, and so I searched for Anne Brooke and found her YouTube channel, and I really liked her work, and the challenge sounded fun and interesting. So I will show you the tags I've made for January for numbers 1 through 4. So the idea of the challenge is to each week make a new tag, starting with slow stitching and doing different stitches and different techniques, and then sewing them onto a tag when they're finished and putting them on a ring. And so the first week, I'll take them off. So the prompt for the first week was white, and I made this using some vintage eyelet. I don't know if you can see it. It's white on white with those little ducks marching down the row of this eyelet. This was from my mom's sewing box. She used to make dolls and doll clothes. It's on the backing is a piece of netting. There's another piece of eyelet here with a piece of lace from my grandmother's lace box, and this piece of antique ribbon from my grandmother's lace box. It may have even been my great-grandmother's. And so I did the couching stitch to hold that down, and then 3 buttons representing my era and my mother's era and my grandmother's era. And then on the back I put a little bit about the challenge and how I started and the date. And Anne suggested a nice quote, but I think but what I'm doing is doing a little journaling about my experience with the challenge and the different tags. So that's week 1. And week 2 was heart with a contrast. And so this blue fabric in the background is what I call a sentimental fabric. It's a remnant from a curtain that I made for my vintage travel trailer several years ago. And so I wanted to keep a little bit of that. And then the red heart is from a fabric that had large graphics of crayons. And so this is the design of the red crayon, and I have a piece of cotton batting underneath, and I've done a blanket stitch around, some running stitches, and some French knots, and a little button, and I couched some rickrack, and did some slow stitching and added a bit of lace. So that's number 2. Number 3 was called Scrappy, and you'll notice it's on a much smaller tag because I really couldn't see myself doing this for a large tag like that. And in this one you take strips of cloth and you fold them in half and you stitch them down the center very close together. And so they make this fun 3-dimensional, raggedy, scrappy tag. Very interesting tag. And then the 4th week was the fly stitch. And the fly stitch is where you come up at one end, you go down at the other end, leaving a loop, you come up behind the loop, and then you make a long tail, and it makes the shape of a Y. And so every stitch on this is the fly stitch. I started with a little piece of fabric cut out from my sentimental fabric over here that had a lot of circles on it. And then I did the main fly stitches around it, radiating out, and then I filled in the spaces with tiny fly stitches of all different colors. And so this stitch is similar to the daisy stitch, just a little bit different in that the tail is longer. So that's number 4, and that's for January. So here are my tags yet to use. I just went through my stash and I found some tags that I had purchased, different sizes. This was from some clothing. And then I punched out some tags from different kinds of cardstock. And I had to make the hole smaller than the punch out, than the die cut had. So I put these little circles on there to make the hole a little bit smaller. I stamped them all with the 52 tags so they're ready to go. And I put them on this ring. And I have my nice little collection of tags. Now I can see that this probably won't hold 52. But I was thinking, when I'm all done, I might like to make a cloth book and put about 4 of these on each page of the cloth book rather than be on a ring. We'll see how it goes at the end of the year. So while we're here, I'll show you this dresser scarf. This was my grandmother's. It's hand cross-stitched, although she didn't do it. I'm thinking maybe it was a wedding present. The ends are soiled because she had them on her dresser and there was a glass on top of the dresser, but where the dresser scarf hanged over, it turned yellow and got some staining. But the stitching is in perfect condition. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful rose pattern. Very, very professionally done, but obviously hand done. And it has this beautiful border. This is the middle of the scarf right here, so it mirrors on both sides, and it mirrors top and bottom. And then it's so long it doesn't fit on my desk. And then here's the other side. So thanks for watching, and come back at the end of each month, the first Monday of each month, I think. I will do more of my tags because I really enjoy these tags and I know I'm going to continue doing it all year. Have a great crafting day. Bye-bye.